All right, this video is going to go over that last section on that multiple angle identity page, section D. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing to realize is this information that they give you is huge, because what's happening here is they're really giving you two triangles, triangle A and triangle B. So you need to draw those triangles first. So like they'll tell you sine is -3/5. And then they'll give you some information about something else. Using this information, you can draw this triangle. Sine being negative means it has to be in quadrant 3 or 4. And then they tell me that this angle is between pi and 3 pi over 2. Well, here's pi, here's 3 pi over 2. So that means that it's going to be in quadrant 3. And since they gave me the sine, which is y over r, I know that this is -3 and this is 5, and that makes this a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Just pay attention because you're going left here, so this has to be -4. So this is triangle A. You're also going to need to draw triangle B doing the same exact thing. So they gave me a tan, which is y over x, and it's negative, so I have to be in quadrant 2 or 4. And then they tell me my angle is between pi over 2 here and pi. So that means I'm going to be in quadrant 2 here. And they gave me the tan, which is the y over the x. So this has to be 12, this has to be -5, and then this is a 5, 12, 13 triangle. And your radius is always positive. So like that. Now that I have those two triangles, I can actually start to try to answer these questions. So look at like number 29. If they just straight up ask you tan A, nothing weird to it, then just look at A and tell me the tan, the y over the x. That would be 3/4. Done. So some of them, they're kind of trying to trick you. Some of them, though, like look at the next one, number 30. This is a weird one because they have like angle over 2. So you would have to match up which equation to use. And so it'd be like tan of A over 2 is sine over 1 plus cosine. All right, well, them telling you tan of A over 2 means you're going to be using triangle A to solve this. And so you just write the equation down, and then you go and you just got to find sine of A, which is y over r, so -3/5, over 1 plus cosine A. Cosine A is x over r, so -4/5. Then you just got to go solve this. So you have -3/5 on top. The bottom will make 1/5. When you have a fraction over a fraction, you can flip the bottom one and multiply. So times by 5 over 1. The 5s will cancel, and you'll just get -3. And that would be your answer. So it's really not that hard as long as you draw those triangles correctly and you pay attention to your equations and plus minus signs, etc. So let's look at another. What if it was like cosine A minus B, like number 34. Well, this is a cosine angle minus angle. So I would be using this equation right here. And so it would look like this. Cosine of A minus B is cosine A, cosine B, plus sine A, sine B. And then the A and the B's are just telling you which triangle to refer back to. So like cosine A would be x over r for triangle A, so -4/5. Times cosine B would be x over r here, so that's -5/13. Sine A would be -3/5. Sine B would be 12 over 13. And then you just got to go work it out. So like this first one will make 20 over 65. I know I could reduce that, but I'm not going to yet. The second one would make -36 over 65. And so you end up just getting negative 16 over 65. And you would be done there. So it's really not that bad. Let's look at one more. What if it was like tan 2a? I feel like people struggle with the tans the most. So what if it was like tan 2a? So the first thing you'd do is you'd match up which formula to use. So it would look like this. Tan 2a is going to be 2 tan a over 1 minus tan squared a. All right, so we're referring to triangle A. So tan is y over x. So this top part's going to be 2 times 3/4 because the negatives cancel. And then it's over 1 minus tan squared a. Well, tan a was 3/4, so it's going to be like 3/4 squared, like this. So on top, you end up getting 6/4. On bottom, you get 1 minus 9/16. Then you just got to go simplify this sum. So on bottom, imagine this 1 as 16 over 16. So you're going to get 7 over 16. And so now we're back to fraction over fraction, where you can flip the bottom fraction and multiply. I like to reduce my fractions as I go, so I would call this 4 and this 1. And so you end up getting 24 over 7. That would be my answer. So as long as you know how to draw these triangles, and as long as you use the correct equation and you watch your plus minus signs, you'll be fine. So hope this video helped.